Everybody has needs, whether they're big or small, relevant or irrelevant, we all have them. Maslow's hierarchy puts the physiological needs of food, water, air, and sleep first, though, because they are the first things humans need to survive. Mankind will quickly die if any of these needs is not met in a short period of time. What if one of these needs is not up to full par, though, by the actions of our ancestors and the actions of us today? Although the trees are still growing and supporting our need for air and oxygen, what will happen if the world is so clouded and polluted we cannot see a block in front of us? This question has already been answered by the effects of air pollution in the 19th century England, which promoted horrifying human conditions that led to high mortality rates and human death that facilitated the scope of social understanding for improved government regulation. Air pollution has been around for thousands of years, mainly through natural disasters such as volcanic eruptions and forest fires way early on. Unless you were close enough, though, for the ash or smoke to disrupt you, though, these natural pollution causes were not too big of a deal compared to later down the years line. One of the most famous complaints and disturbances first ever recorded, though, was from Queen Eleanor, consort of England, around 1250. She complained about the pollution of burning coal. Because of this, King Henry III of England's son, King Edward I, had a proclamation made against burning coal in 1301. Although the health risks were not evident back then, they still recognized coal as being a source of pollution, which many people did not enjoy, including the Queen. The Industrial Revolution during the 18th and 19th century was what really left a mark in people's minds today. The new railroads prompted the new growth in population for those 2 centuries. London's population is estimated to have more than doubled, 75,000 in 1550 to 200,000 in 1600, with an almost threefold increase of 575,000 in 1700. Many reasons contributed to these huge population growths in London. Many things also had to be changed to accommodate such high numbers of people. Coal became the primary source in which people began to heat their houses and stoves. The smoke then rose up the chimneys and out into the air, causing pollution. In the past, charcoal and fuel were used, but as the demands grew, people switched to using coal because it was easier to mine and more available at cheaper costs. During the revolution, many new inventions were made and improved everyone's workload for the present and future. These advancements made it possible to now mass produce. Examples of this could be the spinning jenny, cotton gin, steam engine, electricity, automobiles, aircrafts, telegraphs, and so on. Coal was also used to make iron, which made it possible to create many railroads and bridges. The steam engine was one of the most biggest highlights in the Industrial Revolution. The improved engine by James Watt made transportation quicker and jobs easier to find. Factories were built quickly, and what was rural turned into urban cities. The steam engines did a number on the quality of air by how they were made to function. Coal was burned to blast the steam through the excess smoke while heating went into the environment and was a major pollutant. Chemicals such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide disrupt ecosystems and also contributed to smogs and major health risks. Towns grew vastly to accommodate all the new residents during the Industrial Revolutions. The conditions of which people worked and their new houses were built were poor and led to a lot of filth. Cholera was a horrible disease that spread quickly when factories would dump their waste into streams and rivers that were used as drinking water sources for houses. Britain had a bad outbreak in 1831 to 32. London had one in 1848 to 49. Around 7,000 people died in Britain and 15,000 in London as a result of the outbreak. Sanitary measures and lack of hygiene were very low, and the understanding for needing these two things caused a lot of filth and waste pollution. The increase in housing needs made for close quarters to your neighbors. The homes were dirty and a prime spot for germs to live. All right. We face other air pollutants today, such as cars and other things, but nothing like the air pollutants back then because we knew of all the bad risks and everything. But because of the Industrial Revolution, we have learned now what air pollution is, and we have learned how to keep it away, and we've made many changes such as the Clean Air Act and the Kyoto Protocol to help out. And over time, we were definitely going towards electricity cars and making a lot of restrictions on chemical plants. So, yeah.